Hi, as you can see, I've been busy in the garden. Just doing a few things, a few jobs, getting it ready for this summer. Let's work our way around from left to right. So here, you can see, I bought some garlic bulbs from the Isle of Wight. There's an outlet on the Isle of Wight apparently sells these really high quality garlic bulbs. And if you want to grow garlics, these are the place to go. So I first started off with around, I don't know, maybe 30 garlic plants, and gradually throughout the winter, so I first planted them last September, and gradually throughout the winter, animals have just been coming into the garden and decimating my crop. So now I've got about, I don't know, 10 plants, maybe a little bit more. But the ones that are left are doing really well. You can see like the stem here on this one is very thick, so that indicates that there's going to be a big bulb in there. The ones at the back are not so thick, but you never know, there might be a nice little crop in there. So yeah, that's my garlic, and they'll probably come out in about a week from now. So last summer I built this frame, this plant stand. And you can see initially when I built it, it's made out of white oak actually. Initially when I built it, I protected it with yacht varnish, but the yacht varnish didn't do a good job over the winter, and it started to allow water in, so a fungus got into the wood. So this summer I've decided to sand it back, put on a really good primer on, and then painted it with a good protective paint. So I'm hoping that'll do the job. I bought these climbers last summer as well. I bought these climbers a few weeks back actually, about 3 months ago, and they've just put them in place. They've been sitting around the garden for since then, and apparently they'll flower in mid to late summer. I can't remember what they're called, but they're doing okay. And then here I've got a pot with some lupins in, 3 lupin plants. They'll grow really tall and they'll flower in the summer. And then here you've got some jasmine. This plant doesn't do so well. You can see there's a plant there, a jasmine plant there, that was planted at the same time, and you can see the difference. And then here you've just got this screwy looking, so I may need to think about uprooting this and changing it. So different plants do differently in different parts of the garden, and I think there might be too much shade here and not enough light. I think this plant is called a red robin. Well, whatever it's called, it's doing extremely well. I think this is the first summer I remember it flowering. This went in initially about 5 years ago, and it's really done well. Down here between the shrub here and the red robin, you can see we've got some, I've put in some lupins, more lupins. This is a daisy. Now, as you can see, the daisies are not doing as well as I would have hoped. There's one here. Maybe they'll pick up, but they just look a bit droopy, like they're not actually taking to the soil very well. But we'll see. You can see I've put some coffee grounds, so hopefully that will help feed the plants, give them some added nutrients. Here you can see, I built this table initially about 4 years ago. It's quite a high maintenance table, so every couple of years I have to kind of get in there and do some repairs. You can see I've put some filler up in here and I'll repaint it, but altogether it's holding together well. This bench is less problematic. All I have to do with this is sand it back every summer, and that's it. Apply a coat of paint and it's fine. Over here you can see this is clematis. This clematis has been here now, this is probably its 4th or 5th year. It normally does really well, and it will flower right, it will keep climbing right across here. And all I need to do is after they've flowered, I just deadhead them, and that's it. they'll keep coming back throughout the summer. This box, I built this box around 4 years ago, and it's done okay throughout. You imagine it's going through winters and summers every year, but it started to come apart a bit here, so I built a little wedge and put it in there to fill the gap. I'll sand it down and cut the corners, and hopefully I'll get another 5 summers out of it. It's doing okay. Back here, I've got a little compost heap. So I started putting stuff into this. I put everything in here, all leftovers from the food waste, cardboard, all sorts of stuff. And so, yeah, that's looking okay. I'll probably get one of those big garden sieves and sieve it out and put it over the garden. So it's doing okay. As you can see, I've been painting the fences black. So yeah, Vanessa's very keen on the colour black, and she's asked me to paint all the fences black, so I'm doing that. Last summer, you can see that compared to last summer, back here you can see like it's starting to fade, so I'll have to go over these again. And so here we've got what's called a trumpet vine. And this trumpet vine did very well last summer. It grew almost to meet the clematis. So I cut it right back in the winter. And you can see the shoots coming out. I'm hoping in about a month or two that will just take off and really climb. Beautiful red trumpet flowers. So as you can see, this box didn't do so well in terms of being protected in the winter. So I put an undercoat. I've sanded it back, put an undercoat on it, a primer, and then repainted it. So, and I've got a couple more coats to put on this. Painted this back fence here. So this back fence was a grey colour, and it was growing ivy. So what I've done now is I've just basically removed all the ivy and then painted it black, and then I'm going to think about what I can grow here to cover that space. This fence gate I built 3 years ago, and it is solid, absolutely solid. It's a solid gate. Yeah, more painting here. I had a climber here last summer, but it died unfortunately, so I've had to remove the roots, and I've got to think about what I'm going to use for that space. Again, another red robin here. This is growing really well, looking really good. Now these foxgloves. Now foxgloves, we first bought a foxglove plant last year, and we put it into one of the pots there. I think it was that pot there. And we paid £20 for one foxglove. So this year what we've done is we've bought a packet of seeds for £3, and we've grown our own. I think there's about 100 seeds in a packet. Out of those 100 seeds, we grew 4 plants, and they're doing really well, a lot better than the plant one. So these look like they're going, so these are nearly 4 feet tall now, so they're doing okay. And then of course, the jasmine. The jasmine is doing really well on this side. I don't know if it's something, so the sun's up there. Where's the sun? Yeah, the sun's up there. And it comes down on this side, and I think that's why this jasmine is doing a lot better than the one over here, which is its brother that was planted at the same time but not doing as well. Still lots of work to do, lots of painting to do, lots of tidying up to do, but yeah, this is my garden. So let's see. I'll send another video in a few weeks when it's tidy. Well, a few days when it's tidy. Take care, everyone.